Hey YouTube, what's going on? Today I want to do my comparison between the Note 20 Ultra and the Mi 11 Ultra. Which one of these is the real Ultra? Well, I already know which one is. But this is subjective and it's up to you. But I just want to give you a comparison of the two devices. And you can decide which one you think is best, which one you may decide to get. All right, so let's get started. Now, the Note 20 Ultra was released in 2020, and the Mi 11 Ultra was released in 2021. Now, the Note 20 is unlocked for all carriers. Unfortunately, the Mi 11 is only GSM only, and it won't work with most carriers in the United States. Now, if you're outside of the United States, you shouldn't have a problem, but most carriers in the United States, you won't be able to use this device, unfortunately, and that's a shame. Now, both devices are flagship devices, so both fully loaded and packed with features and customizations, both top tier. Now, let's start off with the design. As you can see, they both have a very unique design. Now, this is very subjective, and it depends on you as a person, which you think has the better design. Now, most people are probably going to pick the Note 20 Ultra because it has more of an elegant look to it. And some people are just not going to like this design because this camera module is just so big. But for me, if I would choose between the two, which design I like better, I would pick the Mi 11 Ultra only because it's so different. It's not your typical 3 cameras on the left side of the phone look. It's just so different. It's just way out there. And then you have that secondary display right there on the back. You don't have a secondary display on the Note 20 Ultra full. So when it comes to design, I would go with the Mi 11 Ultra. But that's just my opinion. That's just my choice. All right, let's talk about the build quality. Now, the Note 20 Ultra has Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and on the back. And the Mi 11 Ultra has Gorilla Glass Victus on the front, but a ceramic back. Now, which one of these feels more premium to me? I got to go with the Mi 11 Ultra. It's a little bit heavier, and everybody don't like heavy phones, but it has a little more heavy weight to it, which I like, and it just feels so, I can't even explain. You have to hold this phone in your hand to understand how premium it feels, and I've never had a phone with a ceramic back. So to me, it feels more premium, but both phones definitely have premium builds. So you can't go wrong with either. You have a frosted back on the Note 20 Ultra, and you have a glossy back on the Mi 11 Ultra. And for me, like, I wish they would have made this with a frosted back, but they didn't. So this is a fingerprint magnet, and this is not. Next, let's talk about the always-on display. Now, both have an always-on display, and both do things a little differently. As you can see, the always-on display on the Samsung is much brighter. You can see the date, the day, the time, your battery percentage, and your fingerprint sensor. On the Mi 11 Ultra, you could only see the time, your battery percentage, and if you get a notification, you'll see it, but you don't get the date and the day. You don't get that. And also, with the Note 20 Ultra, you also get these widgets where you can do extra things with the phone. Like you got here, you can control your music. You got your calendar here. You can set, your alarms. You got your weather, your screen time, and you can record something, and your Bixby routines. So you got more options when it comes to the always-on display with Samsung. Samsung makes the best always-on displays on the market. And the thing that I like most is that you could always see the fingerprint sensor. I don't know why other manufacturers won't give you the option to leave your fingerprint sensor on all the time. Now, when you lift this up, you could see it. And if you double tap, of course, you can see it, but you shouldn't have to do that. It should be an option where you can keep it on all the time. All right, so when it comes to always-on display, Samsung clearly has the better always-on display, in my opinion. It's way more customizable. Now, I forgot to mention, now what the Xiaomi does have, it does have the super wallpapers with the always on display. Let me show you what that is. Now, I don't have it set up for that, but let me go to it really quick so I can show you. Go to wallpapers, personalization. I'm going to go right down here, see super wallpapers. You got some choice. You got snowy peaks. You can use this, and that shows you what it could do. Also, you got geometry. Well, I guess that one's not working. You got the rings, so you got this. This is the one I use the most because I like the way it looks. And you got some, I think it's some more. Let me go in here to more. Okay, you can do the earth. You tap in, and it goes all the way to the Earth's surface, wherever you does it. And then you got the red planet, you got Mars. You click it, and it'll take you all the way down to the surface of Mars. So that's cool. So I like these. Now, hopefully they'll get some more, but you can mix this with the always on display. Let me just do one so you can actually see what it looks like. I'm going to press apply, and I'm going to turn it off. See? And then you hit it again when it sees your face. Well, let me go back to the home screen. All right. So you click it, then it stops there. Then when you look at it, it takes you all the way where you can see the rocks. And when you move this, you can see the rocks move a little bit. So I like this. This is cool. I love that. That's cool. All right. So let me get back to my HD wallpapers. That's what I prefer. But that's a nice feature with the always on display. I like that. Now I know y'all probably saying, "Oh, he could have edited that out." Well, I don't do a bunch of editing on this channel, as you all know that's been following me. I'm not the editing guy. I keep everything live. All right. Next, let's talk about face unlock. Now, I'm not going to do no demo on the face unlock because there's no need to. The Mi 11 Ultra is vastly superior to that of the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. It's not even close. This face unlock is super fast. This thing is slow and inaccurate. When it does work, sometimes it works fast, sometimes it don't. But it's just too inaccurate for me, and I don't like that. With the Mi 11 Ultra, I don't have any issues when it comes to the face unlock. It's the fastest face unlock that I have on any device. Next, let's talk about the in-display fingerprint sensor. So you have the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor on the Note 20 Ultra, and you have the optical in-display fingerprint sensor on the Mi 11 Ultra. So with Samsung, like I said, you can see the fingerprint sensor. You press it, comes up, no big deal. You get a little animation, but not much of anything, and you get no haptic feedback. So the fingerprint sensor on here is okay. It's pretty boring. Remember, no, you can't change the animation. You get no haptic feedback. But with the Xiaomi, see that nice animation? I'll do it again. Get that nice swirl. And the thing about it, you could go into settings and you could change it. Now, just for the sake of time, I'm not going to do it now. Like if I do a video with all the settings, then I'll show you. But there's at least 4 or 5 different animations that you could use for your fingerprint sensor on the Mi 11. You get no animations, choices with the Note 20 Ultra. And they both kind of work kind of fast. Now, this one's supposed to be a little bit more secure because it's ultrasonic. But both are secure because I can use my banking apps with this device. So security is not an issue for either. But I do like the fingerprint sensor on the Mi 11 better because of the animations you can change and also the haptic feedback. All right, next, let's talk about the dual stereo speakers. Now, once again, this is not even close. I'm not going to give a demo because I already did that. I did reviews on both these devices. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out at your leisure. The Note 20 Ultra has dual stereo speakers tuned by AKG, and the Mi 11 Ultra has dual stereo speakers tuned by Harman Kardon. But there is a difference. With the Note 20 Ultra, you got a down-firing speaker and you got a speaker in the earpiece. With the Mi 11 Ultra, you got a speaker at the top and you got a speaker at the bottom separate from the earpiece. So you're getting better overall sound. You're getting louder speakers because you're getting evenly distribution of sound between both speakers because they're both evenly loud. You're getting just better sound quality and you're getting louder speakers. With this, the downfiring speaker is louder than the speaker that comes through the earpiece. Now, with Samsung, with their foldable phones, they give you separate speakers. I'm not sure why they won't give you separate speakers on their candy bar phones. I don't get it. I just think it would be much better if they did that. If they separated the top speaker from the earpiece and let the earpiece be separate. If you could do it on your foldables, you can do it on these phones. So, but when it comes down to dual stereo speakers, the Mi 11 Ultra has the best overall stereo speakers. They're louder and they sound much better. Next, let's talk about audio. So with the Note 20 Ultra, you have a 32-bit DAC on here. And with the Mi 11 Ultra, you have a 24-bit hi-fi DAC on the Mi 11 Ultra. Now, the 32-bit DAC is tuned by AKG. And on here, the 24-bit hi-fi is tuned by Harman Kardon. Which one has the better sound? For me, it's the Mi 11 Ultra. You can, adjust the sound how you want with both. They give you a lot of options. But for me, overall sound quality sounds better on the Mi 11 Ultra. Next, let's talk about the headphone jack. Really nothing to talk about. Neither one of these devices have a headphone jack. And I don't like that. Next, let's talk about what comes in the box. Now, with the Note 20 Ultra, all you're getting is a 25-watt fast charging brick in the box. That's it. You're not getting no headphones. You're not getting no earbuds. You're not getting no case. Okay, you're not getting none of that. Just the charger. With the Mi 11 Ultra, now with the one that I got, you didn't get a charger in the box. But if you get it from Giztop, they will give you the charger as a free gift. Okay? But this phone does come with the case in the box. But it does not come with headphones. Neither comes with a dongle. And no earbuds, none of that. So you're just basically just getting a case. But like I said, if you get it through Giztop, you will get the 67-watt charger as a free gift. So when it comes down basically to a boxing experience, you're really not getting anything with both of these devices, except you're getting you're getting a case. And the case is kind of flimsy, but at least you still get a case. You're not going to get a case with the Samsung. All right, next. Oh, and I forgot to mention, both come with a pre-installed screen protector on both. However, this one didn't last long. It started bubbling and peeling, so I had to take that off within the week of having it. So it wasn't a very good pre-installed screen protector. The one on here is pretty good, but it does scratch pretty easily. All right, next let's talk about the IR blaster. That's a universal remote control. The Note 20 Ultra does not have that. The Mi 11 Ultra does. Notes used to have that. The last one I had it was the Note 4, but that's something Samsung took off of their devices. But Xiaomi does use that all the time, and also Huawei does. So I love that. You can use it to operate your TV, water heater, air conditioner, fan, all kind of things that require a sensor. So kudos to Xiaomi for leaving the IR blaster on their devices. Next, both are IP68 water and dust resistant. Next, now when it comes down to RAM management, both have 12 gigs of RAM. However, the Note 20 Ultra does a way better job at RAM management. The apps stay open for days on this phone. Xiaomi needs a serious software update when it comes to RAM management, because it's pretty poor. I could have an app open for a couple of minutes and go back to it and it's already refreshing. I don't like that. This desperately needs some kind of software update. I don't know if anybody else out there is having an issue with RAM management, but if you are, please let me know by leaving your comment down in the comment section. I would appreciate it, because I just want to know if it's the phone is it my unit, or is it all of the Mi 11 Ultra devices? I need to know. So please leave me a comment if you own this phone and you're having the same issue as I'm having, or if you're not, please let me know. Next, let's talk about expandable storage. So the Note 20 Ultra has expandable storage up to 1 terabyte. The Mi 11 Ultra does not have any expandable storage. That's something I definitely don't like. Kudos to Samsung. This, however, is the last Samsung device to have expandable storage. But it does have it, and that's a leg up with the Note 20 Ultra. Next, let's talk about internal storage. Now, the Note 20 Ultra comes with 128 gigs of internal storage. The Mi 11, the Mi 11 Ultra, this one has 512 gigs of internal storage. Now, there is a 256 gig variant of this device, but I got the 512 gig variant. There's also a 256 gig variant of this, as well as a 512 gig variant of this as well. But this is the 128 gig version that Samsung pushed out. If you want more, you got to pay more. Next, let's talk about processors and performance. Now, the Note 20 has a Snapdragon 865, and the Mi 11 Ultra has a Snapdragon 888. Which one gives you the best performance? I got to go with the Mi 11 Ultra. It's just way faster, and it's super buttery, silky smooth. Not that this is not fast and smooth, but Xiaomi phones have always been fast phones, and it's just faster than the Note 20 Ultra, if that matters to you. That might not matter to you. Matters to me. I like a phone because sometimes I'm moving that fast on my phone depending on what I need to do. So this phone is super fast. And both devices have Android 12. Next, let's talk about the display. Now, to me, this is probably one of the most important things on any smartphone for me is the display. The display means everything to me. Now, when it comes to the display with the Samsung, you got the 6.9-inch Quad HD Plus dynamic AMOLED display with 496 pixel density. Okay, with the Mi 11 Ultra, you have a 6.8-inch Quad HD Plus AMOLED display with HDR10 Plus and a 515 pixel density. Now, for me, and I love myself some Samsung displays, but the Xiaomi is clearly a better display. It gets way brighter at 1700 nits. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. It's sharp. It's vibrant, punchy. It just has everything going for it. I never thought I would say that against a Samsung device, but this display is just better. It's just better. So some of you may agree, some of you may not agree. I have both devices. This is clearly, to me, a brighter device and a better overall device when it comes to sharpness, colors, and vibrancy. Next, let's talk about the secondary display. Now, with the Xiaomi, you get a secondary display, which you don't get on the Samsung. Now, with this, you can receive text messages, notifications. You can answer or reject phone calls. You can control your media. You can use it as a viewfinder to take pictures. So you can do a lot with this display. And also you can see the time, the date, the day, your battery percentage. Only thing, it only stays on for 30 seconds. That's the only downfall. But I love that this has a secondary display. You're not getting that on the Samsung. Not getting that. Now, probably that's not going to matter to most people because most people don't have their phone turned down on its face. Next, let's talk about refresh rate. Both have 120 hertz refresh rate. Now, the one thing I'll say that the reason why the Mi 11 Ultra has the edge is because you could use the Mi 11 Ultra at 120 hertz at Quad HD Plus resolution. With the Note 20 Ultra, you can only use it at 1080p resolution. Now, I don't know why they would do that, and this is supposed to be an Ultra phone, and you can't even use it at Quad HD Plus resolution. That's a big disappointment. Next, let's talk about the battery. So the Note 20 Ultra has a 4,500 milliamp battery, and the Mi 11 Ultra has a 5,000 milliamp battery. Now, the Note 20 Ultra should have had a 5,000 milliamp battery in it also, but I don't know why Samsung made a decision to put only a 4,500 milliamp battery in it. Now, when it comes to battery life, the Mi 11 Ultra is way better. It has better standby time, and I get 2 full days of usage. I'm only getting 1 day of usage with the Note 20 Ultra. Next, let's talk about battery charging speeds. Now, the Note 20 Ultra has features 25-watt fast charging, and the Mi 11 Ultra features 67-watt super fast charging. So with the Note 20, from 0 to 100, you're looking at an hour and 10 minutes. With the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra, 36 minutes from 0 to 100%. 36 minutes. So the Mi 11 Ultra clearly destroys the Note 20 Ultra when it comes to battery charging speeds. And now that's wired charging. When it comes down to wireless charging, still the Mi 11 kills the Note 20 Ultra. With the Note 20 Ultra, you're getting 15-watt wireless charging. With the Mi 11 Ultra, you're getting 67-watt wireless charging. And you can charge from 0 to 100% in 39 minutes wirelessly. With the Note 20 Ultra, takes you 2 hours and 42 minutes from 0 to 100. So by far, Mi 11 is superior. When it comes to reverse wireless charging, the Note 20 Ultra has 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging, otherwise known as PowerShare, and the Mi 11 Ultra has 10 watt reverse wireless charging. So once again, the Mi 11 is crushing the Note 20 Ultra when it comes to charging speeds, when it comes to the battery. So they kill them in wired charging, wireless charging, and reverse wireless charging. Next, let's talk about Samsung DeX. Now, of course, that's only available on your Samsung Ultra. You have wireless DeX where you could basically get a desktop experience from your phone onto your TV or some smart board or your computer. The Mi 11 Ultra does not have that capability. Now, I heard Xiaomi's working on something like that, but right now they don't have it. So that's a big leg up on the Note 20 Ultra for those that use it. I do like Samsung Wireless DeX. I've used it and I love it. Next, let's talk about mobile payments. So with the Note 20 Ultra, you have Samsung Pay. That's accepted everywhere. And on the Mi 11 Ultra, you have Google Pay, which is accepted most places as well. But Samsung is going to be accepted more places. So you got it on both. So it's not a big deal. But if I had, to say which one has the better payment system, I would have to go with the Note 20 Ultra. Next, let's talk about Android skins. Now, with the Samsung, you got One UI 4.0. And with the Mi 11 Ultra, you got the MIUI 13.9. Now, which skin do I like better that runs on top of Android? I got to be honest, I got to go with the One UI. And the reason for it is because it's more one-handed friendly, how everything comes down close so you don't have to stretch your fingers or anything. The Mi 11 Ultra doesn't do that, but both are super packed with features and highly customizable on both. But if I had to choose a skin, I would have to go with the Note 20 Ultra. Now, both devices have one-handed mode. Now, they both handle them differently. This is how Samsung handle theirs. You can move it from side to side. Then when you're done, just press in the dark area. And with the Xiaomi, now I can't really show you on this because I have it in full gestures. Now, let me see if I can show. I'll just turn this off and go back to, let me see, go to apps and go back to Nova Launcher. Then I can show you because I have to use the buttons then. Okay, default apps, back to Nova. Yeah, there go the buttons. So now I'll show you. You slide to the side. Now, it's not always easy bringing it up. Now, see, it just slides everything down as opposed to the Note where you still have the full screen. And I kind of like the full screen better than just sliding this down. Now, this is okay. You can still be able to reach things, but it wasn't like this on the Mi 10 Pro 5G. It was just like the Samsung. But you had 3 different sizes that you can make it. I'm not sure why they moved to this, not unless they just wanted to be different than Samsung. I don't know, but this is okay, but it wasn't like this, so you press up there and it goes back up. So it's cool. Next, both have edge lighting. Now with Samsung, all the borders around the edges light up when you get a notification. With the Mi 11 Ultra, it does it a little different. And it only does it when the screen is off. it'll like flash. It'll have different colors where it'll flash, or you can get like sprinkle colors, or it's just different, but it does show an animation when you get a notification. Now, which one, what I think is better to me, I would have to go with the Note 20 Ultra. I like the way it goes around the borders of the device, whether the device is on or off. You only get some type of animation when the screen is off, so I'd have to go with the Note 20 Ultra. All right, now both have secure folder, but it's different. Now with the Mi 11 Ultra, you have second space. Basically, it's like having two phones in one, which somebody may like that better. Like, you know, one of your kids wanted to play with your phone and you didn't want them to get into sensitive stuff on your phone. Just switch over to second space and just give them the phone. And, you know, you're good. They don't have any access to anything, you know, important. With the Note 20 Ultra, you actually have a folder that you go into and you can store whatever app you want in there. There's a camera app. The camera app is already in there. So if you want to take photos and videos and you want them to be private, just open up secure folder, take those videos and pictures while you're in secure folder. So as soon as you finish and exit secure folder, they're already in there and you don't have to worry about nobody seeing them. So I like, if I had to pick, I would go with secure folder on the Samsung. Next, this ain't much to talk about. You got the S Pen. So when it comes to the S Pen, you know Mi 11 Ultra does not have an S Pen. So that's a big leg up on the Note 20 Ultra, because with the S Pen, you could just do so many things, sign documents. You know, you could use it as a mouse. You could use it to take pictures. You could use it to control your media. You could just do so many things, you know, have a slideshow. The S Pen is just loaded with features. So that's a big advantage the Note has over the Mi 11 Ultra. And last but definitely not least, let's talk about the cameras real quick. So I'm going to say right now, both of these phones have great cameras. They're flagship cameras on both. But let me talk about the Note 20 Ultras first. So you're getting 108 megapixel wide with laser autofocus with optical image stabilization, and you're also getting a 12 megapixel periscope telephoto lens, and with optical image stabilization, 5 times optical zoom, 50 times hybrid zoom. So you could zoom in, the maximum zoom in is 50 times. And also you have a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Now with the rear cameras, and I'm still talking about the rear cameras, you got 3 rear cameras on the back. You can shoot at 8K, shoot in 8K at 24 frames per second, 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second, and 1080p at 30 and 60 frames per second. Stereo sound and recording with electric image stabilization and optical image stabilization. When it comes to the front-facing camera, it has a 10 megapixel wide with dual pixel lens, and it shoots at 4K at 30 and 60 and 1080p at 30 and 60. So that's these bad boys right here. And I'm going to say right now, the cameras on this phone are great. And the thing that I like about them the most is they're very consistent. Like every picture is great. It's not like, you know, with some cameras, some pictures are better than others. It's not like that with this phone. Every photo that I've taken with this camera has been consistently great. So I'm loving the camera quality and the video quality of the Note 20 Ultra. Now let's talk about the Mi 11 Ultra. So also you're getting 3 cameras on the rear. So you're getting a 50 megapixel wide dual pixel with laser autofocus and optical image stabilization, a 48 megapixel periscope telephoto lens with optical image stabilization and 5 times optical zoom. But you're also getting 120 times hybrid zoom. So you can zoom into something 120 times. Now, I'm not going to use that honestly unless I'm really trying to look at something really, really far away. But the chances of me you actually using that is slim to none. But it's cool that you have the option to zoom that far on a subject. Now, that's pretty impressive for you to be able to zoom into something that far away with a phone. I mean, usually that's something that you do on a DSLR, you know, regular camera. It's amazing that you can do that with a smartphone. Really is. Now, and also you got a 48 megapixel ultra wide with dual LED flash. Now with the rear cameras, they shoot at 8K at 24 frames per second, 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second, 1080p at 30 and 60 frames per second with electronic image stabilization and HDR10 plus recording. With the front-facing camera, you got a 20 megapixel wide. And the video shoots in the front-facing camera at 1080p at 30 and 60 and 720p at 120 frames per second with electronic image stabilization, no 4K recording. Now, that may be a big deal for somebody out there, and I really think Xiaomi made a huge mistake by not putting 4K recording capability on this device. I believe they still can through software, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's what Samsung did with the Note 10 Plus. It didn't have 4K at 30 and 60 on the front of that device when it first was released, but when they did an update, they put it on there, and I like that. So that's a big downgrade for me, because this is an Ultra phone. This phone was over $1,300, and there's no 4K recording on the front cameras. That's not good. Now, when it comes to the rear cameras on this phone is great. I did a full review. You can look at the photos. They're great. Now, they're not as consistent as the Samsung, and Samsung's pictures are just a little bit more vibrant, a little more bright and a little more sharp, in certain photos. But I tell you right now, the photo quality on this device is no slouch, and the video recording on this, on this device is top notch. So I would say 1A and 1B. Both are A, but I'd have to go with the Samsung with the better photos and videos overall, just by a smidge, not by much. So you can't go wrong with either one of these devices when it comes to cameras. Not at all. You just can't. Except no 4K recording with the Xiaomi on the front-facing camera. All right? Now, when it comes down to it, which one do I like best? Now, I actually like the Mi 11 Ultra best. It's my favorite phone right now. But if I had to choose between the two, and I only could choose one, I'm going to have to go with the Note 20 Ultra. And I'm going to tell you why. I do like the boxy shape. You're getting more display, even though this display is better, but you're getting more display because it's a wider device. I love that boxy shape. It makes me feel like I'm looking at a little small, like I have a small TV in my hand. I need that S Pen. I need Samsung Notes. I need secure folder. It's just certain things. I need wireless decks. It's just certain features on this phone that I need. I need the expandable storage. This doesn't have it. So when it comes to that, I'd have to go with the Note 20 Ultra. But overall, I think this is a better device, because you're getting a better display. You're getting better battery life. The cameras are just as good. You're getting faster charging speeds on the battery in every category. Okay? You're getting great build quality. You're getting better speakers. And you're getting better audio. So to me, this really checks the box in, a lot of areas. But like I said, if I had to pick one, I'd have to go with the Note 20 Ultra, just because of the things that I mentioned. So, but with both, you can't go wrong with both. They're both flagships, both top tier. They're both best of the best. But to me, the Mi 11 actually deserves the name Ultra. The Note 20 Ultra does not deserve the name Ultra. It's a great phone, but it doesn't deserve the name Ultra compared to the Mi 11 Ultra. This is a real Ultra device. This is the definition of an Ultra device. And also, this has better performance than that of the Note 20 Ultra. So this checks pretty much all the boxes, honestly. So thank you very much for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like this video and subscribe so you'll see more video like this. And also leave a comment. All right? All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate you all very much. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.